Welcome back to the Drifting on the Royal podcast. This is Mig.
This is Lano.
And no RK67. Working.
You talk to him a lot? Like, is he choosing Tuesday nights when we record to work, or just random he gets them and then he takes them all night off?
I mean, even before he started his company, he would always get screwed and have to work like the night shifts and like have to work in these buildings. You know, because the only times he can get work done is at night, so he doesn't bother the clients.
Right.
You know, so
because I thought he only did like new plumbing, so it's like add-ons or
no. Well, I mean, if it's places that he's worked on, you know, it's like you have trouble with you know, like with sinks or toilets or urinals, you know, just stuff like that. You know, that's what he'll work on. Or if there's like, you know, problem with some of the drainage or something, you know, it's like stuff like that.
Right.
You know, that's what he goes in there and does on those buildings that already have everything done. You know, so it's work, man. But right now I think it's Netflix.
Oh, it's the same building.
I think so,
because that's the one he was working on nights that whole month or whatever.
Yeah. I think they still got him going back. Sometimes and doing stuff. So,
well, so we got the two of us tonight. We're trying to keep we'll start a streak. Streak will be 3 episodes next week.
Yeah, we were almost gonna call off, but we don't want to hear from Mark.
I know. We're just trying to
hear his
make
crap.
it through summer. It's supposed to be hot this week. It's supposed to be I think the hottest day of summer is coming up either tomorrow or Thursday when this airs on broadcast.
So if they show his crap and you guys don't approve, blame it on Mark, because we could have gone without it. But
and then I gotta apologize for last week's show. It was only audio only because we forgot to hit record on Mig's camera. So
boo.
No way for me to edit that out. So I was like, I was trying to think if I just put a picture of his face.
You guys missed out on this pretty mug.
Yeah, I was like, if we just put his face up there and when he talks, but then I was like, I don't want to do another show like when we had the copyright from the music.
What you should have done was just
separate music.
What you should have done was just gotten the bear from the logo, and every time I spoke, just put the bear from the logo up on the screen.
That's what I was thinking of, doing something like that. But then I was like, it's gonna be a lot of work, you know. And that day we finished recording late. We finished recording late. I was going on vacation the next day, so then I was just like, "Oh,
well, work on your vacation then, fool." If you want this show to take off, put in the work.
Me put the work in, you guys, man.
You're the producer. Yeah. It's your show.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to edit.
I'm just telling.
Edit on the road.
I'm just here to make people laugh.
But
that's all I'm here for.
We had a couple one holiday last week, right?
4th of July.
4th of July, and then you guys had a family event.
Happy birthday, America.
Anything? What'd you do?
I didn't do much for 4th of July because this year was kind of an odd year. Only because my older brother, his youngest daughter, which is mine and Rick's, we're co-godfathers to her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why my sister-in-law did that. I guess she didn't want us to have like hurt feelings, but
there is no madrina.
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Our cousin Christy is.
Okay.
But I guess she didn't want us to get feelings, you know, that her last kid was gonna have either one or the other of us be the godfather, which would have been fine. You know, nobody would have been butthurt or anything, but
because you're still always an uncle.
Yeah,
you're always gonna be an uncle. So
that's whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool. But her birthday's June 27th, and so she turned 15 this year. So her quinceañera.
Who is this?
Lily. Liana.
Oh man.
And
I just remember her being a baby all the time.
Yeah. And her party was was planned for the day after 4th of July.
Okay.
So the plans for 4th of July kind of got messed up, since it was going to be that Friday, and
4th of July is the Saturday, right? Yeah.
her party was going to be on Saturday. 4th of July was Friday.
Oh, uh-huh.
So, nobody from my brother's kids and all them, they weren't going to come down, because they have all the prep and everything to do, the decorations and everything, and then, my mom and dad, they didn't want to go because they're getting older. They don't like being outside anymore in the cold and all that stuff.
Are they scared of immigration getting them?
No,
Yeah.
they're citizens.
And then
I didn't go because I was afraid of the immigration.
And this is we're in LA and they're in San Bernardino, right?
Alhambra.
Oh.
My brother's in Alhambra.
Okay.
But where we usually go to my sister's house or with my nephews and my brother-in-law, they're in Alhambra. That was tradition where we always go every 4th of July. I didn't go because it's always a pain taking the dog and trying to keep him calm. So I figured this year, since everything was kind of messed up, I figured, okay, this year I'll stay home with them and see how he does at home, and see how bad the fireworks are at home.
And this is nothing, no tranquilizers, no like pills or CBD or anything.
Yeah, which turns out in the neighborhood, it wasn't that bad.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, dude. So I could have just left them at home with the TV on really loud.
Like our street was nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean, I could have just gone and enjoyed myself over there, and had a good time, and left him there with the TV on loud, and he would have been cool, because it wasn't crazy like it was maybe 5 years ago.
So normally it's like a war zone, right? The street.
Oh, it's been crazy.
Fireworks going on everywhere, smoke everywhere. And we avoid it. Like we go to my mother-in-law's house, which is city of Walnut, which is about 20 miles away. But and then the dogs are the same reason. We had my wife had a dog that we would get out of town during the 4th. But we came home and it was like maybe 9:30, gets dark 8:45. Like 9:30, you would think it would be peak. I mean, on the freeway we saw the fireworks.
Yeah.
But our street, the Arroyo, it was empty.
Yeah, I was surprised, dude. I was really surprised.
And does that make you a little sad? I mean, it was more easier on us, but that means there's no kids on the streets, no families, or they all went somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if they all went somewhere or not. I mean, I don't know.
Because I was kind of disappointed. I was like, oh, there's nothing here. And then I started thinking about. I mean, my girls are young, so they get the loud booms and stuff scares them when they get home. But I was just like, oh man, because
I wasn't sad. I'm telling you, I was actually glad because now I can leave the dog at home, for next year. So I was pretty proud. I was pretty happy about that. I'm more sad when Halloween comes around and
that's
there's
what I
no
was gonna
kids
say.
Walking up and down the street, dude. When the streets are all lonely.
That's what I was saying. Because last year we had a really low Halloween where I think my parents said maybe one family of kids.
Shit, last year, man, that's
nothing.
Been the past decade, dude.
It's been getting less and less, but I feel like last year nobody came walking. I'm just wondering our generation. We have 2 schools nearby. Me and you growing up, all the brothers, all the neighbors, we all had friends all along the street, and I don't know if there's a generation on this block like that.
Nah,
of kids, they're all getting bussed in or walking in. But even when I drive, I try to see who's my daughter gonna play with, in the neighborhood. And I don't think
with their sister.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think there's any kids her age.
It's just, I mean, it's not like before, dude. I mean.
And I used to see a lot of people walking, but now everybody's driving in. There's less walkers, so that means there's less people on the street. They're driving from a distance
because people don't pay attention, man. I mean, I'm telling you, dude. phones and social media have ruined society completely
Mm-hmm.
because everybody has their faces buried in their phones so much that they don't pay attention to anything else. It's like, and you can see it anytime they're driving around, walking around, whatever. If you're walking around, dude, it's like it's rare that you see anybody walking down the street without them looking down at their phone.
Yeah.
And then you're driving, and that pisses you off too because everybody's always looking down at their phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, come on, man. It's like you're supposed to be paying attention to what you're doing. You're supposed to be driving. It's like, don't be looking down at your phone. And you can only tell. It's like you can see it in front of you, because you see their heads down, or you can see it in the rearview mirror, because their head's down.
Right.
And I said it since it came out, dude. It's like, dude, this is the downfall of society right here. It's like, this is no good.
And I think those virtual reality glasses are cool, but that's gonna make it even worse. When people are gonna be in their rooms with glasses over their eyes, seeing the world instead of going outside.
I mean, they're already doing that.
But I mean, they're doing it now, but it's gonna get bigger in our era.
They're already starting to do that since way before, with video games.
True. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
too much advancement, too much technology, man. It's like we look at some of these movies, and some of them hit the nail on the head, dude. And
yeah,
I always refer back to Terminator, man. I mean, the machines are going to take over.
Yeah.
It's like Cyberdyne, and they're just going to...
And some people think Matrix is real, like we're in a simulation. I don't know about that. That's another podcast, but some people think. So sorry. So we started talking about fourth, but you're talking about quinceañera and everything.
No, well, to finish up on the fourth, I mean, the fourth was cool because Rick went though, and he posted some videos on our WhatsApp group chat that we have within the family, and it was cool. It was funny because my nephews, we were able to pass on. Well, we've finally, the torch has been passed. Full pun intended, where they're the ones lighting up the fireworks now and taking all the chances and getting all the burns and the scars and everything, taking all the risks. And it was so funny to watch, man. It was just such a blast, and I'm glad Rick recorded it and he got it on film, or he got it on video.
I don't say tape, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it was cool because before, these kids, they would be so terrified to get near them and even try to touch the fireworks, and that's why me and Rick were always doing it.
Right.
And just it got to the point where these boys got old enough to where they started taking the risks, and we would be like, come on, get in there, it's like quit being such a wuss, and it's like, of course, all the women would be like, nah, don't do it, you gotta get burned. I was like, so what? Let them, man. It's like they need to feel that pain, man. I mean, shit, it's all part of growing up. Like, let them grow up. Let them be men. Let them have scars and burns and shit to show later on, man. So I would have stories to tell afterwards. So you gotta just let them be men. Let them be boys.
These were your sister's boys, or?
Yeah, my sister's boys. Yeah. And yeah, they had a blast, dude. They were just the next day at the quinceañera, they were all telling me their stories and everything. And they're telling me, yeah, dude. That time I saw it on the video, man. That shit looked fun.
And that's how they learn too.
Yeah. So now from here on out, they're gonna be the firework masters. So we don't gotta worry about it anymore, man. We just gotta take our lawn chairs and just sit back and relax and watch the shows, man.
So the Roman torch was passed?
It was. It was.
They still saw that? The Roman torch? Like a firework? That was the name of a firework, right? Roman torch?
Roman candles.
Oh, Roman candles.
Yeah, but those are illegal here.
Now,
we don't have those.
So the fireworks you guys had were all legal?
Yeah,
or,
we don't.
or
We don't.
Alhambra or whatever.
We don't mess with the illegal stuff anymore.
So everything's like not that big.
No, but that's why we figured out to put them on ladders.
Oh,
So we get different height ladders and put them on the steps and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they look bigger than they actually are.
And this was in Alhambra at the house?
Yeah, right in Alhambra, right in front on the street. And it actually works, man. It's pretty cool. You know, it's like you buy those sets, you know, and then you buy like a few separates, you know, like
add-ons or something.
Yeah, add-ons, you know.
You have to buy the sparklers.
Yeah, you ask them at those places where they sound like which ones are cool, you know, which ones are popular, which ones people buying, you know, which ones are good. You know, and then like you buy a couple of them, and then you want to ask like which one's like really big, you know, because you want one for like a finale.
Right.
So then like after you're sorting them and everything, and you try to figure out an order to light them up. And yeah, you know, you just start setting them up on the steps of the ladder. And like the better ones, you put them up on the top rung of the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out pretty cool.
I remember 1 year growing up, I tell my wife this story. Like Chacho had some fireworks, and we're shooting them or they were launching them like in front of your house or their house.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I mean, I'm assuming they're illegal fireworks because they're like big ones. Because like I remember he had like connect them to like a car battery, like the launcher or something like that. Like he pulled out like a battery out of his truck, and then he had to like touch some wires. And then
I don't remember that.
Then they would like fire up in the air. Like it must have been like a launcher or system. But I mean, the battery he took, he had to use his car battery to like set them up. But they're like the ones you see like now everybody has.
Yeah.
Like they shoot up in the sky, 30 feet or
no, I remember when we had those carton tubes with those big balls. They looked like artillery balls.
And that's the way the real fireworks
are. With the long fuse.
Yeah.
And we were set those up. Those are like those big freaking bang ones, man.
Yeah, and like they come out like little, like you said, like cannons and stuff.
Yeah.
They shoot them.
But the most fun was when we would buy those little red fireworks, man. The little red packs, those Chinese ones.
Those are the Chinese ones that they and you would separate them, right?
Yeah, separate them or try to go through them. you buy a brick,
right?
And then like
they're all tied together, like
3 or 4 packs. You just throw them like that, just
yeah.
Then when we had like a bunch of dirt hills everywhere or like dirt patches everywhere, you see where the red ants were. Drop them in there and shit, and see them explode the ant hills.
Because I remember we'd get like Hot Wheels and put them like through the windows and then like roll them and
blowing up all kinds of shit.
And they would pop or explode and stuff.
Good times, man. Good times.
And then, I guess so. Laura, my wife, she found some. I don't want to say cheap rooms because she corrected me. She's like, they weren't cheap rooms.
Inexpensive,
affordable rooms. For since we took a trip to Arizona, road trip to Arizona, we found out that the kids love the lazy river.
Oh,
they'd love to just float around and lazy. Both of them, we got all these pictures of them.
Just these are cool, man. Well, what part of Arizona?
We went to Sedona to sightsee, and then we went to Scottsdale, and that's where the lazy river was. So Laura's been on this like lazy river trip ever since. So she's looking all the local lazy rivers, and so we found one in Indian Wells, which is the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area over there. So then it was a Grand Hyatt, and they had a lazy river. So then she's like, "Oh, there's some affordable rooms," but it was from Wednesday to Friday, like before the holiday. Check out Friday, and then the rooms like double for the 4th of July weekend.
You know the Harrah's in San Diego has a lazy river.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll put that on their list because we like to go to San Diego too. Harrah, is that it's a casino?
It's a casino, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll check it out. So, we got the rooms. I was off Friday for the holiday, which was on my normal day off. So I had the Thursday and the Friday off. So we're like, Wednesday, we're going to drive after work to Palm Desert. So we drove after work. We got there, jumped in the lazy river. The next day, all day, lazy river. And then before we checked out, we did the lazy river again. And then we came home. So we left Friday, like, around noon. We stop at the outlets to check out the 4th of July sales. And then we got to my mother-in-law's house around, it was like around 3:30, 4 o'clock, which was nice because they were planning like a barbecue and like a water balloon fight because it was going to be a hot day. So I kind of knew, like, as soon as we got there, they're going to be like waiting for us. So as soon as we started parking, you see people like poking their heads out like around the side of the house, and they all got their water balloons and super soaker squirt guns. They all got them ready. So as soon as we get out of the car, they're like, bombing us, launching us. So then
nice.
we take it to the back. We have like water balloon toss and all the water stuff. We had the barbecue, and then we all like, we came home at 9 o'clock, and like we're showing the kids the fireworks on the 10 freeway home. All the fireworks, but then when we got to, like they said, the neighborhood was just like empty.
Yeah.
So then the kids were like, they're already wiped out from the water balloon stuff and visiting the vacation and visiting their cousins and everything. So they just knocked out. And then Saturday and Sunday, like we were just vacation mode, just chilling, getting stuff done. But how was that quinceañera?
Quinceañera was good, dude.
It was at a hall?
Yeah, it was at a hall. It was fun, man. Good DJ, man. He played a lot of good music.
And that was in San Bernardino?
San Bernardino.
Everybody made it out there too?
Yeah, well, all the family. A lot of the family. All the family did.
So she's the youngest, huh?
The youngest one, dude. The last one.
I can't even imagine what she looks like. I just remember her being
the
a
last
baby.
Quinceañera.
I just remember her being a baby.
Yeah,
who was the chambelan?
There was no chambelan.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just her and her padrinos.
Now you and Ricky being the padrinos, was there like a big dance? 'Cause I remember I went to, I think it was Sassy's quinceañera where Ricky did this big dance.
Yeah.
Did anything like that happen again? You guys have tape of that?
It wasn't anything like
choreographed or anything?
Choreographed like that, but we did have a dance.
Okay, because I remember Ricky put on some big old show.
Yeah.
Well, like costume props, and he did, I think, a whole like risky business or something.
Yeah, the thing with Lily is that she's really shy, so she just kind of like wanted the whole dance part, waltz and everything to like just be done with quick.
Well, yeah,
she didn't want. So she had the
like public speaking stuff, like the public stuff.
Yeah. So she just had like the father-daughter dance, the mother-daughter dance, the intro dance, where we walk her in and she dances with everybody. Her court was pretty much her family and her
cousins, everybody. Uh-huh.
No, well, just her
siblings.
Her siblings.
Yeah, it's a big family. There.
And us, the padrinos.
Uh-huh.
So once we got that done, that was it. And then just DJ the rest of the night.
Catered food, or you guys made?
Yeah,
food?
catered food, and the food was really good too.
What was it?
Yeah, it was a choice of either birria or chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Now, me having two daughters, this is something Lily wanted. Like just tradition, we have to have the quinceañera, or was it the family pushing?
Yeah, no. Because I'd asked her, because I had the exact same question I have. It's like, is it something that she wants, or is it just something that they're pushing just because they're saying it's tradition?
Right.
And I had asked her, and she was excited for it.
Okay.
So it was something she wanted.
I mean, more than anything, it's just like a big birthday party, like for her.
So she was excited for it.
Because I'm just like curious, my two daughters, if they're gonna want all that stuff, like a quinceañera or a sweet 16.
Yeah, because they gave her an option. They told her with the money that's gonna be spent on the quinceañera, you could either have the quince or could be taken on a nice trip, like a really good trip.
Uh-huh.
So the choice was hers, and she chose the quince.
Oh, that's nice.
That's like, nice. Okay.
That's
I would have took the trip.
But
that's just me.
You mentioned the story was. Did you say it?
Yeah, no. The story involves me possibly being nominated for sainthood. It happened at the church. Yeah, I'm a dumbass.
What happened?
So we're at the church, right? The whole ceremony happens and everything. We walk out. It's a hot day. My sister, she had left early Saturday to start setting up and everything, and she told me to take a cooler that she had packed with like drinks and snacks and everything, but I had to stop by and get ice
Mm-hmm.
and some other stuff that she wanted me
And
to
for
take.
everybody doesn't know that his sister's a party planner, right? Or a event planner, does all this stuff. Okay.
So I had the cooler in my truck and everything, and the other part was I was supposed to meet everybody at the hall.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted me to kind of like be the chauffeur and drop off Lily in front of the church.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like the limo, I guess.
Right, yeah, the driver.
So, drove her there. We got off and everything, made our entrance. The whole ceremony happened, came out, and it was a warm day. It was warm, hot. We were all in suits and everything, so it was kind of hot. So I went and I went to the cooler, and I felt the water, and it's still like it wasn't hot, because in the bed of my truck. So I went and I got some water.
You have a cover?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it was still like at a decent temperature. So I drank it, and I was asking anybody else if they wanted water,
Mm-hmm.
and my aunt had asked me for water, and so I told her, "Well, let me go get you water, and I'll get you one out of the trunk." And she was like, "No, just give me your bottle, and I'll get some inside." She said they're giving it inside,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I didn't understand exactly what she said. So she went inside, filled up the bottle, and at that point, I thought I was gonna be driving her around to different points to like go take her to take pictures and everything, because you always go take pictures after the church.
Like you have a site or something.
To like take her quince pictures. But no, we just went back to the hall.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, because I had driven my mom, my dad, and my aunt, which is my dad's sister-in-law, to the church or to the hall.
Uh-huh.
And so we got split up afterwards. And so since it was already like 2:00 after the ceremony was done, we split up again. And I wasn't hungry because I was smart and I had a big breakfast to make sure, because I knew I wasn't going to eat again until 5 or 6 o'clock.
Right.
So at that point, everybody was hungry. So Rick took my mom, my dad, and my aunt in a separate van and took them to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and my aunt and all them put their stuff in my truck, and my aunt, left her water in the cup holder in the back seat. So I get to the hall, start unloading stuff out of my truck, start helping set up and everything. And then I forget what I go to my truck for. And I see the bottle there, and I'm like, oh man, it's like the cooler's inside. At this point I had already gone to the liquor store, dumped ice in it and everything. But I was like, let me just get this bottle and drink it. I'm thirsty already. So I just got it, slammed it, threw the bottle away, whatever, didn't think about it. So the whole night goes by. We had a great time. There's music playing good and everything. Everybody's dancing, everybody's drinking, having a good time. And so we're going home. It's already like almost like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. And
in San Bernardino.
Yeah.
And you're gonna drive home.
We're driving home. And so we're driving home, and my aunt, it's like she tells me in Spanish. She's like, hey, Miguelito. He goes, ¿Gracias mi agua? Like, did you throw away my water? And I was like, no. I saw you didn't drink it. I thought so. When I was moving stuff around and everything, I saw it and I drank it because I got thirsty. And she was like, no, mijo. Era agua bendita. It was holy water. That she had got it from church, dude, because they had a container there. They were letting people take holy water
home.
if they had a container. I was like, oh man. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm like, I drank that whole thing of holy water. I'm like,
well, yeah, I don't know. You said your foot got healed. I don't know.
no, this is way before, dude. So I don't know, man. When I say I'm blessed, dude, I guess I am, dude. I'm like super blessed.
So everyone was like laughing, and then
yeah, dude. So I was like, and it's funny because earlier when they were giving out the communion, you know, I didn't go up because I haven't been to confession in forever, and you know you can't receive communion unless you go to confession,
right?
You know, but then Laura told me, she's like, "Well, go up there and just get a blessing," and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not gonna go up there." You know, it's like I end up drinking. I end up drinking that bottle of holy water either way. Oh man,
Well, that's
unbelievable, dude. Only me.
I guess opposite side of the spectrum of holy water. I guess because Ricky was teasing it last week. I guess we got to talk about the P Diddy.
Yeah,
P Diddy verdict. What happened?
Yeah, he got away with it, man.
No, I gotta ask Ricky.
I mean,
because he was following the trial or whatever, so he knows. But I guess that they didn't have a good case. I guess.
I guess they had a weak case. I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't really follow it that much, but
there's no list.
It's funny because you hear different things from different people. It's like some people were saying that they had a strong case, other people were saying that they didn't. You know, and from what I kept on hearing, you know, they just said that that one ex-girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, the one that he beat at the hotel.
Yeah, he beat the crap out of, you know, it's like that she was like the star witness and all they had was just him beating her up. I'm like, well, that doesn't prove shit, dude. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it proves that he's a jerk, you know, an asshole and everything, but
did she talk? I mean, she went up there on the stand?
Yeah. She testified.
Because I heard that he did not, right? He didn't testify?
No. I don't think so.
And I don't know why, if you have a strong case, why they wouldn't like put the guy up there, like the prosecutor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't follow that case at all, dude. So I can't speak.
And that's the thing. Like, I didn't follow it either, so I didn't know. Like, I mean, you guys said like racketeering. They got him, or they were trying to get him on. But what? There was 6 counts. 4 of them were not guilty, and 2 of them were guilty. And the 2 that were guilty, he was like transportation for prostitution or something like that, right?
I mean, the only thing I could think of that, but they couldn't prove it, is that because he was saying that the victims or whatever wanted to be there, you know, is that's who Diddy was pimping out and having there, and he was providing them for the celebrities. And like the celebrities were paying for that. You know, like he was charging them kind of like a fee or something.
Well, that's what was kind of. I mean, I was comparing it to the Epstein. Like he was providing this,
but I don't know,
life for I don't know, celebrities or whatever to do whatever they want to do. But even after that, we did get like another news announcement. There was like there's no Epstein list or there's nothing. You couldn't find nothing about that either. But somehow that guy, like, you know, he was murdered in jail or committed suicide in jail and all this other stuff, but they had no list or no, I don't know, nothing. I mean, they didn't have any list to bring down any celebrities or anybody else. And that's that's like the juicy stuff of both cases. You want to know who was involved, who did the what, or what everybody's like dark secrets were, or fetishes,
who knows what they're hiding,
whatever.
Dude. I mean, and they say, you know, that they're just saying that because they're like they're protecting the administration or whatever, but it's like this previous administrations too, dude.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
didn't do it.
Who knows what they pulled from those files? You know, they're not there now. You know, they were incriminating. for them and their supporters.
And the previous administration had the files longer.
Yeah.
The cases longer.
So.
But
they could have done whatever they wanted with those files and just left like whatever behind. So it's a bunch. I don't know. Can't trust anything what those people do.
Was this so like you just think something happened and nothing happens? It's just like not heartbreaking, but it's just like, come on. Like you think it's so obvious and then nothing comes out of it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that F1 movie, but everybody keeps talking about it. I am interested in seeing it. Like, are you
you know what's funny though? That right now that you mentioned that F1, I was watching a YouTube video and they were talking about like big flops so far, like of movies. And I think it's just because people, like ever since COVID, dude, it's like movies just haven't bounced back the way they have before.
Yeah.
But they say that the movies, like, they get good ratings. They get good reviews,
like good
and
movies,
everything.
But they're not bringing.
But they're just not bringing in the money, that they're spending, and so they're calling them flops. And F1 was one of them.
Oh, they're saying it's a flop?
Yeah.
Well, just because they're not bringing the money. I heard it's good. People say it's good.
No, they're saying it's good. It's a really good movie, but they're just saying that it didn't bring in the money that they thought it was.
And a flop, I think, is considered like if it earns less than what it costs to make the movie.
Yeah.
So like they're not getting their money back,
or like they break even.
Right.
Another one they said about that was that ballerina.
Oh, the John Wick one.
John Wick one. They said it was a good movie, but I guess it didn't like draw a big crowd. Because if it's gonna be like a John Wick related movie, they want to see John Wick. Not this chick. But Manuel saw it. He said it was pretty good.
Now, I kind of feel like, I love going to the movies. I used to go every weekend, no matter what was playing. Like you find something to see, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
But like you said, after COVID, like I feel like everybody, like, we just got lazy to go out and go, and now like our home TVs are like bigger than ever. I don't even have a big TV, but I have like a 55-inch, but that's like considered on the smaller side now. But like now there's 70 inches, 80 inches.
Isn't that a trip, dude? That now that's like considered a small screen.
Yeah, and people notice it. Like people that come over, they like, oh, you're not gonna get a big TV, and I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Kind of big. I can only go so much because our couch is like so close.
Yeah, I remember when I got my first big screen. I think it was like a 45-inch or some shit like that, and it was like a rear projection. So this thing, the box, it was freaking huge.
Right? Yeah.
But the screen itself was small.
Was thin, and the box is like maybe like a foot and a half deep.
Yeah, and then when I finally got a flat screen, same thing. It was only like a 42-inch. And it seemed like it was huge.
Right.
But then now when they start coming out with 80-inch and 120-inch and freaking project on the walls and shit, oh man.
So that, and then like the sound, like now you get like that Dolby Atmos, which is like you get all the rumbles, all the bullets flying behind you. So, and I think it's like the movie's gonna come out like in a few months, like streaming. So people just wait. Like they want to see it, and then like they kind of blow up on the streaming world because like they're not paying to. I guess not paying to go, but I don't know. It's like what is it? What's the new? Not millennials. What's the new group? Gen Z.
I think what are they? Gen Alpha.
Alpha,
or something like that.
Well, whatever the age is that the kids are going to the movies, whatever that generation, like they're saying, I don't know if they're more frugal, but they're not spending their money like at movie theaters. Like, because I heard that generation doesn't tip anymore. They don't do nothing. So, but like if it's a kid movie, like a Pixar or like some animation, then like I'll wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
On streaming to watch the kids, just because the kids are gonna go crazy and it's just more comfortable. But the big blockbusters, like I saw Top Gun at my house. I wish I would have saw Top Gun 2 at the theater.
Mm.
And then this F1, it's the same director of Top Gun 2.
And all I've heard is that thing needs to be seen on IMAX.
And that's what I told my wife. I was like, I want to just see this.
That
I want to see it on IMAX.
it was shot specifically
for IMAX
to be seen on IMAX.
And I have some family members that went to see it, and they said they loved it and stuff. And I was like, I gotta see it, but it's just like we gotta find a sitter for the kids and all that stuff because they're not gonna watch the movie. But like I mean, that was like a date night. Like, you go to the movies, you take your girl or whatever, and you go. Like, what are they? Like, what are people dating? Where are they going now, or what are they seeing, or what are they doing?
I don't know, dude. You got me on that.
Because now, I mean, this new generation, they don't even want to like drive cars. They want to like Uber everywhere, take rides. So I hope it doesn't die the movie industry. Like, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Like, COVID just really food delivery just made everything so much easier just to do things at home. And the TVs, like you said, they're
I mean, I don't think it's gonna die, dude. Just that the theater experience might die, but the movie industry, I don't think will, because there's always gonna be
streaming or something, right? Like,
yeah. It's just I mean, it's just like the other day. What was it? I was explaining something to my dad, about music. Trying to explain to him how you don't even use CDs anymore.
Mm-hmm. But he knows that, right?
Yeah, because I tell him, yeah, dude. I tell him, I tell you, if you don't have you don't even. Oh, I think it was with DVDs. Because when I was watching Rocky,
mm-hmm.
or Rocky 3 or whatever. They're having a marathon,
mm-hmm.
and he was saying, because I guess as a gift, one on Christmas or one of his birthdays or something, they gave him a set,
mm-hmm.
Of like a 5-disc set or something, DVD set of the Rocky movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, yeah, dude. I told him, unless you have a DVD player, I told him that set's worthless.
Yeah.
That's how you can't watch them. I tell them, and besides, I tell them now, all you have to do is just find the stream of it or somewhere and download it, and you don't even need.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like that with everything. It's like that with music. It's like that with the movies. It's with everything.
And I went from DVDs. I never got involved in the whole Blu-ray, which was like a whole generation in between.
Oh yeah, I stopped at that
because I was like, I'm not gonna buy my collection all over again or whatever to see this.
Once I saw everything was being online, and you could like start downloading shit, that's when I stopped. I'm like, that's it, and then like I'm not buying no more of this high def or Blu-ray or any of this other crap anymore, because it's all gonna be obsolete.
And it went from like boxes of, or like containers of like tapes, or well,
I still have them.
Let's say cassette tapes.
I still have mine.
And then to CDs, where like some people would put them in albums or little like trays or whatever.
I still have my Case Logic, my huge suitcase of Case Logic for the cassettes.
Case Logic, yeah.
And then the folders for the CDs.
Mm-hmm. And then it went to
an
iPod or
MP3,
where you had to buy like the biggest storage
they
had, because if you filled up, you couldn't download any more music.
That was actually my favorite.
And then now you don't even need like storage no more, because it's all like in the cloud. You just download it and stream it.
That was actually my favorite, because you could get your CDs, load them up to your computer, and then load those onto your iPod. You didn't have to go like looking for an MP3 somewhere else,
right,
and risk freaking corrupting your files or whatever, and messing up catching a virus or something.
I went to building my like movie library and music library, like in the cloud. Like if it's a really good movie, like let's say like Top Gun 2 or like Endgame, like something I really like, then I'll buy the movie just to like to give the studio money because like like I enjoy this movie. Like I'm gonna give you guys whatever my $20 or whatever for this movie. But now like my wife was just like, don't even buy it because like you're gonna find a streaming service that already like has it. You're already paying the monthly fee. Like someone's always gonna like have it playing where you don't even need to like purchase the movie anymore. So it's just. But it's to the point where like how many streaming services do you have? Like other stuff you watch or whatever. But you still watch cable TV or no?
I still have it. The only reason I have it is for my parents to give them the Spanish channel feeds that they watch.
Right. Because I don't. Is there like a Netflix Espanol or Spanish like streaming service or no?
I don't know, but right now like DirecTV has like the Spanish channels that they like watching. Yeah. Like there's some like directly from Mexico that they like watching.
And clear.
It's
not like UHF where like it was always fuzzy or blurry. Like we're getting clear pictures. Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I keep it around. Otherwise, I would have gotten rid of that shit a long time ago, and I would have just streamed whatever I want.
I bet it's one of your biggest. Like DirecTV is one of your biggest bills. I bet.
Oh yeah.
DirecTV's gotten expensive. I think.
Like $220 a month.
That's what it says. Gonna be like around $200.
And that I only have one premium channel. And
$200 a month.
That's Stars.
What do you watch on Stars?
My dad, dude. Because there's a Western channel on there that he likes.
Oh.
But it's cool. Sometimes they have like good movies on there and stuff. So
that's the thing, because we went to like we're in these hotels, right, on these little road trips, and then you're trying to see. Some people offer YouTube, or like nowadays on YouTube you can find a bunch of stuff, and then some people have like their own little like maybe 10, 15 channel like cable network in the hotel, where you will have like a premium channels and then the basic channels and stuff. But even like we try to throw it on Disney Channel for the kids, but even like not everything on there they like. They just like certain shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Where like on demand, like you could download or whatever, stream the shows they want to see at your schedule, not the TV guide or their routine.
You ever think about showing them the original Little Rascals, the black and white version?
I haven't, just because I don't know where to get it. Like access it.
I wonder if you could just
YouTube it, maybe. I mean, I haven't even searched YouTube. I haven't even searched YouTube. But we started watching because you guys recommended that John Cusack. Was it one Crazy Summer? Or?
Yeah, One Crazy Summer.
So I saw the trailer, and then the kids were like, they're looking at the trailer because you had like Bobcat was it Bobcat Goldthwait? Like,
yeah.
And then so I was like, let's watch this, because I go like Laura wants to see it like an 80s movie, and there's nothing like 80s movie. That was like a whole generation of like, I don't know if it's like Hollywood like at its best, but like all the popcorn movies that came out during the 80s are just like so fun to watch. But we started kind of late, and the kids were into it like the first like half hour, and then they fell asleep. But it's just crazy, because I was telling my wife like because she's unfamiliar with these actors, right? So I was telling her like that guy Bobcat Goldthwait. Like,
yeah.
I was like, that's the way he talks, like in real life. She's like, oh no, that's a character. I was like, no, that's the way he is. Like he was a comedian. That's the way he did his stand up. And any movie you see him like that, like that's the way he talks. And I'm like, back then we just thought like this guy was like weird, but now it's probably like Tourette syndrome or something, right?
No, you know what's the only movie he didn't really like talk like that much that I remember? Scrooged.
Oh, he was like
he came out as Scrooge. He was like one of the office workers, like one of the one of the guys in there. And he didn't really like talk like that much, like all like
Police Academy.
Yeah. There was a movie too that I was thinking of, dude. I wanted to tell you about for Laura, and I thought about it earlier. And
just tell her, because she wants to see all those movies.
Damn, dude, I can't think about it now.
But the kids like were all like not mesmerized, but like you're talking like they're like looking at it, like they're following the story. And my oldest, she's at the age where like she knows, like, follows the story and knows what's going on. I was just watching it for, like, the pictures and all that stuff. But we started. We'll probably finish it this weekend. But they're liking it. And then I was looking. I told her we're gonna either see this one, Young Guns, or the Michael Keaton movies. You guys had said we had said Mr. Mom, Gung Ho, and then I think Multiplicity. So she's like, well, let's start with the John Cusack. And then she was asking, she's like, did Michael Keaton die? And I was like, no, why do you say that? And she's like, well, why are you showing all these Michael Keaton movies? I was like, well, that's just what we're talking about. I was like, this is what we were talking about last week, and these are all the shows that I can remember these movies that came out. But no, it's just fun watching going back. Like I told you, like they really liked the Encino Man, so we're just seeing more movies. And then that One Crazy Summer, like I remember seeing that movie, I just forgot about it. And there's so many movies you forget about. That's why you have to make these lists and stuff.
Yeah, how about seeing Demi Moore, dude? As young as she is.
Yeah, I was telling my wife, I was like, that's Demi Moore. Because last time we saw Demi Moore was in Landman.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was her until like a few episodes in. I was like, that's the girl from Landman. And did you know the daughter?
She's from Varsity Blues.
No. That's the mom, the daughter of them.
Oh, yeah.
She was the wife in 1926, or what was it?
Yeah, 1923.
Yeah, in 1920, she was one of the wives that
lost the babies.
They lost the baby, and then they had like the tetanus shot or rabies or something like that.
Yeah,
two different characters. Where like I didn't realize it was the same person. But this past weekend we binge watched The Bear.
Yeah, I gotta get on it.
I don't want to say nothing until you see it. Well, we probably won't even talk about it on the show until like a few months till everybody sees it. And then that's kind of it right now. We're watching nothing else. Like on TV during the summer, it's kind of like the slow time. Of shows and networks. Nothing. I've been catching up on movies and stuff that I've been behind.
I haven't really started watching anything new or watched any movies or anything.
We just been catching up on sleep. The kids go to sleep, and normally we'll try to watch a movie or a show, but like we've been just like exhausted. The kids are at our age where they're just like tiring us out like left and right. they're big. Actually, Ellie wanted to stop by. She's like, I want to see Theo Rick and Theo Mickey. But she's in the house right now. Mig's working on a big I don't know if it's a big, but like we're gonna do our first
remote
offsite interview. And
so we're gonna bring that to you pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna schedule it. Mickey's gonna do a pre-run with it, and there's a little league group, Northeast Little League, they want to promote.
Yeah, it's a little cross promotion. They're gonna promote us on their little league website or on their team website. They're called the Barons Little League baseball team. And I believe they're on the Northeast Baseball League. So I'll be bringing on a coach and a parent of one of the kids that plays on the team to talk about what they're about, and if you have kids in the area or just a kid that you want to play baseball. And I believe they're also going to start up a female softball league.
So right now,
a team.
Well, I don't know yet, but this is co-ed or just boys? I mean, I don't know the rules of Little League.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure, but I think it's all boys right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's all boys, but it might be co-ed. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the league says. It's something I'll ask them.
And something I mean, it's in my future with having two little girls. I know they're gonna like some type of sports. Or I'm hoping they do. But just how to support them, and then like you have to like draw that line, like what's going to like going too far. In terms of like, your kid has either skill or talent, and is this a hobby, or do you spend that extra money to make it like, not like a career, but make it like, give them like a bigger opportunity. Like it could be an opportunity for school, like a scholarship, or this and that, and how much you spend or how much. And the dedication, it's a lot of work being a parent for these little teens.
Yeah, but first of all, you got to make sure that they enjoy it.
Yeah.
You can't force them. It's like, because you can't force them to live the way your life, you wish you lived your life, know?
Right.
It's like the days of that type of parenting is gone. It's like the kids will flourish a lot more
just having fun
if they enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah.
But on that same token, they have to learn failures, because with failures, you learn to correct it and you get better from it. And from failures, you learn victories, or you achieve victories.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way. So no participation trophy crap, I hope. So.
And in my mind, like any sport is like fitness. Like a workout. Like I want my girls to be healthy. I don't want them to be.
Yeah, because
I want them to learn.
I'm sure they're practicing all the time.
Yeah, practice exercise and having fun, just so they could be like in shape, be fit, be healthy. You want healthy kids.
So we'll have that interview coming to you guys pretty soon.
Hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna try to work on it this week, and then
we're gonna try to figure out the ins and the outs, and
either they come to the studio or we go to them and do a little montage.
I think more than likely we'll probably be recording on location at one of their practices. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see. But it's a big step for us because we've never done this before.
Yeah, so
it'll be fun to do.
Hopefully, you guys will enjoy that and get some good, useful information out of it.
And if we figure out how to use these cameras on offsite, then like we'll do more food reviews offsite, and that's the stuff I want to do. That more community stuff, more going out to see what's happening out there.
Sure. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed the show,
and then hopefully we'll have 3 of us next week. We're gonna try to keep the streak going.
We are. Get that work done, Rick. Damn it.
I know. Finish it.
Get it done.
Like and subscribe.
Get that sink in.
What's the hotline number?
323-207-0012. Call it. Chew us out. Do whatever you want to do. But keep on drifting, yo.